ومعنا مباشرة من واشنطن عبر الأقمار الصناعية من مقر صندوق النقد الدولي السيد سوبير لال، رئيس بعثة صندوق النقد الدولي لمصر. بعثة الصندوق كانت في زيارة لمصر منذ يعني أيام قليلة، واتفقت البعثة، وطبعا دي كانت بعثة على مستوى الخبراء، وكان هناك اتفاق بشأن الدفعة الثالثة من قرض الصندوق. هنسأل مستر لال عن يعني تفاصيل ما تم تقديمه أو ما سيتم تقديمه لمجلس إدارة صندوق النقد الدولي، وبموجبه تحصل مصر على الدفعة الثالثة من قرض الصندوق. Mr. Lal, good afternoon and glad to have you with us on CBC.
Good afternoon, Lemis. It's good to be with you.
You've reached an agreement with the Egyptian government on the second review of the economic reform. What were the positives and what were your concerns regarding that review?
Yes, Lemis, we concluded staff-level agreement 2 weeks ago on the second review of the authorities program that is supported by the IMF's EFF arrangement. And so in terms of process, now we are preparing our report and recommendations, and that will be discussed by the IMF's executive board, which would approve the review hopefully sometime in late December, but that depends on the schedule of the executive board. And once that is done, the next disbursement, which is of about $2 billion would be made within a day or two of that. The exact timing of the board date has not yet been determined, but we are aiming for late December. In terms of substance, we have seen, the program is very much on track, and we have seen some positive developments, and maybe I can highlight a couple of them, or a few of them. On the monetary policy side, we have seen inflation now coming down for the last 3 months since the peak in July. And when we look at monthly inflation trends, that's becoming quite clear, and we expect that to continue. And this is importantly because of the Central Bank of Egypt's monetary policy stance, which is appropriate and has been effective in creating this disinflationary path. Annual inflation will come down noticeably in November and December, but that's because also the base effect from last year's depreciation of the pound will wash out of the numbers. But the disinflationary path remains on track, and so we are seeing that inflation should come down steadily over the next year and into single digits by 2019. On the fiscal side, we've also seen progress on the authorities' structural, the consolidation efforts, and the budget is on track to register a small primary surplus, and that's the budget surplus excluding interest payments for this year. And so that also looks to be on the right trajectory. And it's also important to point out that social assistance programs, especially the cash transfer programs, Takaful and Karama, for instance, have nearly doubled in their coverage of households in the last year, and that's been certainly very good progress. That's something that we've seen, and we think is very much on the right path.
So these are the positive, these are the positive things that you've seen. What about your concerns? What are you concerned about within that reform?
Well, we're still working on finalizing our report, but in terms of risks, what we see, they're mainly on the external side, and there are a number of things that we always are watchful for. One is on oil prices. If they were to rise and stay high, that could create pressures for the budget and also for the outlook, so that's something we need to be mindful for. Also, any changes in the global financial conditions and global financial markets would be something, or any changes in the regional security situation. That being said, the authorities have a very strong track record in the implementation of policies, and they enjoy very strong credibility, including in international financial markets, so that mitigates the risks that we see to the outlook.
Are you concerned about the debt, the foreign debt, especially the external debt that is reaching nearly 44% of the GDP? Is that a concern?
Well, the The whole program of the authorities is designed around reducing the debt over and putting it on a sustainable downward trajectory. And that includes, of course, both domestic and external debt. Now, given the implementation of the program, and it's built around fiscal consolidation, so as long as the fiscal consolidation remains on track, it will help reduce the debt sustainably. So as long as that's on track, we're not worried about the debt trajectory over the horizon.